Price action is the #1 form of technical analysis. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how you can analyze the charts using price action with no indicators. So if you watch closely, whenever I'm analyzing my charts, the first thing I do is to find the trend of the market. What I'm simply doing there is I'm trying to figure out price action before I analyze my charts. But before we get into the video, you can get a free share of Tesla just by signing up with VANTAGE FX as your broker. So if you use the link in the description to sign up for VANTAGE FX, you could get a free $50 share of Tesla by VANTAGE FX. Make sure you go get your free share of Tesla right in the description. So let's get into the video. So right here, I'll be explaining the three main components of market structure, starting with how to get through support and resistance. So support and resistance, explained in a nutshell, is just like the ceiling and the floor. So a basic simple explanation about support and resistance is more like you're throwing an object on the ceiling. So the ceiling is the resistance, while the floor is the support. Imagine if I were to throw an object on the ground right now, and you know what will happen? The object will actually bounce on the floor. So if I were to carry an object and throw it up in the ceiling, it will hit the ceiling and that object will come down. So that is simply what's happening. So this is the support and this is the resistance. So it's just that whole thing happening here. So let's see how we can apply it to the charts right now. So let's go over to the charts. Now this is the chart from GBPUSD, and here what we are clearly about to do is to find the support and the resistance in the market. Remember our explanation, the support is just like the floor of the market and the resistance is just like the ceiling of the market. And yes, price could still break a resistance and price can still also break the support of the market. You understand what I mean? So let me put in the support and resistance in the market and I'll explain to you how I got it. So right now I've already found the support and resistance in the market, and let me explain to you how I got it. Basically what I was looking for was point of rejections in the market. So it's more like a constant point of rejection in the market. So I just had to draw in a line and find out that at this point price was rejecting and rejecting and rejecting. So let's take a look at it from the support. So you could see from this first one, you could see that rejection happening here, and this one we could see a fake out. So this is more like trying to get people stop loss, trying to do what the banks does. And now you can see that same effect actually happening here. Price actually hits that same line and it's rejected up. Still the same thing happened here, and still the same thing happened here. So this is basically how I was able to get the support in the market. So I was able to get the support in the market by just looking at those constant places of reaction. I had to draw in a line to finding those constant points of rejection. I was able to come up with the resistance was still the same thing. I was still trying to find out those constant points of rejections. So we could see that same rejection happening here in this part of the market. Still the same thing happening here, and still the same thing happening here. So these are just reactions from the market. So how you have to get your support is just finding the main line where price often rejects. So let me try to let me clean this up so our chart doesn't look messed up. So remember what I said, price can actually break the support and the resistance, and clearly as you could see here, price has already broke the resistance in the market. So if you're enjoying the video right now, I want you guys to hit the like button and to also hit the subscribe button. So the next important thing is trend line. Trend line actually shows you the trend of the market. So you could see this is a trend, and so what we have to do is now we have to plot in our trend line. So right now I'm going to show you guys how to place your trend line in the right way. So right now I've already drawn in a detailed trend line. So just like the same way we drew our support and resistance, it's more like kind of the same thing to the trend line. Instead of placing horizontal lines for support and resistance, you'll be placing vertical lines to find your trend line in the market. But still the same rules, you still have to find the point of rejection in the market. So looking at the chart here, you can see from this trend line, I actually marked it up in the point of rejection in the market. So you could see clearly that here is the point of rejection and here is the point of rejection, and you know what the banks did here. So right now we could see how price moved from being an uptrend to be coming into what we call a consolidation. So consolidation happened mainly price stop following the trend line. But where you have to use the trend line is in a trending market, and support and resistance is in a consolidation. But we are not meant to treat consolidation, but it depends on the type of consolidation. Consolidations that happen on the 1-day time frame is a huge lot of pips. Consolidation that happens on the 4-hour time frame, depending on the size, you could still make a profit out of that. But consolidations in the 1-hour time frame, 5-minute time frame, or any number less than that is not worth taking the risk. So the second part of it is market structure and pattern. Market structure and pattern is by far the number one thing you have to be looking for. Sometimes I don't draw trend lines, I don't draw support and resistance, but you see market structure and pattern. I can't trade without that, honestly. Seriously, this is the best in terms of price action. But let me explain it, nutshell type of explanation here. So the thing that happens with market structure and pattern is that price go up in a push phase and it retraces, still the same thing in a push phase. Price movement is just like this. When price is in an uptrend, and when price is in a downtrend, it actually forms lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and still the same thing. And overall, what you could be seeing is a downtrend. So this is actually the foundation of everything. But if you get to the detailed part of things, price doesn't just move like that. Price actually goes in a downtrend, retraces to that point again, goes downtrend again, retraces, downtrend, and so on and so on and so forth. So the basic thing that actually happens here is that once price has actually left a zone, it actually comes back to that point to retrace it. Still the same thing here. Price actually comes to that point to retrace it. So the most common thing that you find price coming to retest that zone, as you can see here, price retesting and price retesting. So this is basically what we could see that is happening here. So let's go to the charts and see how we can actually apply it. So if you want to see the part 2 of this video, get this video to 25 likes. As soon as this current video gets to 25 likes, I will upload the season 2 immediately. Other than that, go get your free share of Tesla when you sign up with VANTAGE FX. Link in description, there's no reason not to. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video.